Hello everyone! It has been such a long time since I made a video. For that, I apologize. Sometimes real life can get really busy and throw things off course, so yeah, I have so missed putting content out here on my channel, but I have still been working on SL related projects behind the scenes and putting together my new learning center in Second Life, in World. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten about our amazing SL creator community here. And thank you to all of the new subscribers who have come in since my last video. I might have been away, but I do see you guys, and I really appreciate the support. And I hope you will stick with me while I get back on track in the coming months and in the new year. So before I release my next tutorial video, I want to get all of your opinions on something crucial to how I move this channel forward. And that is, what version of Blender are you guys currently working with? As some of you might know, back in 2018, I believe, there was a major update release in Blender 2.8. That was the new version. Probably one of the most drastic, immediately recognizable changes was the total flip of the interface design. In addition to a new style, the new layout totally rearranged the location of some tools and menus and replaced and added some new features, such as removing layers and replacing them with collections in the outliner. I won't be able to get into all of the detail of the changes made between the two versions in this video today, but I want to encourage you to search YouTube and Google for some awesome videos and articles which point out the major highlights of the transition, because here's the thing. I myself was late to finding out about this major update, but then I got to researching about it, and I noticed there has been quite a mix of strong reactions to the new Blender 2.8 and how it differs from 2.79 and previous versions. I will admit to you guys that my own instant reaction was that I was so appalled and frustrated by the makeover of the interface. After years of using the old layout, including the break I had taken from creating mesh, I was so not expecting to have this sudden new roadblock of having to relearn the navigation of Blender. I just wanted to be able to pick up where I left off, but that wasn't the case. But once I started learning more about all of the changes that were made, I began to appreciate a bit more what the newer Blender has to offer. I won't lie, it did take me some time and lots of note-taking to learn where the new locations were of a lot of the menus, tools, and functions. My transition to the newer Blender experience is still a work in progress, and probably will be for some time, but I feel that I am ready to continue on with my tutorial videos for my channel here, and am even planning to put out a video to you guys on the major differences I found between the new and old Blender. I want to hopefully point out the changes to some of the Blender features more commonly used in creating for SL specifically, and I want to put those into more simple terms, because I know that with new changes and even with learning the program for the first time, some of you might become overwhelmed by what is going on in the program in terms of, existing or old features, how they might have changed, what things look like now. So, yeah. But here's my sort of dilemma and why I'm coming to you guys today. I'd love to know how many of you are still using the older version of Blender, such as 2.7 or older, and how many of you have chosen to take the leap into the new upgraded version starting with 2.8. I know it's been a couple of years since the change was made. Maybe me making this video is now obsolete because maybe most people are using the newer versions and feel fine with it, but I just don't know, as I was out of the loop for so long. Blender is currently at 2.9 at the time of this video, and I have included a few links below so that you can skim through the changes between 2.79 to 2.8 and see all the wonderful new features that have been added more recently in 2.9. Some of the changes are truly awesome, like a few new ways to sculpt and model. So I do think it is worth it to try and adapt to the new Blender if you can. But at the same time, I totally understand if some of you just do not have the time, energy, or patience to commit to relearning Blender after the major update. I totally get that. So please fill out my Google Forms in the link area, the description below, so I can see which version you are working with now or which version you plan to work with in the future and how that is going for you. Are you comfortable with 2.79? And if you have updated to 2.8 or 2.9, how is the transition going for you? I'd really love to know what your experience is right now with this amazing program that I could not be more grateful to have available to our little SL community. Just a note of what you can look forward to finding on my channel in the coming months and year. I am of course planning to put out my tutorial on texturing mesh and UV editing. That will be first. I know there were a lot of requests for that, and I know that it is a big step that is needed to complete a mesh project and bring it into Second Life. But I will also be sharing with you guys my experience working with Cycles Render and some more advanced techniques for lighting and texturing your mesh for more photorealism in Blender. I am very excited to share some of the tips and pointers I have learned myself while working with these crazy looking things called nodes, so stay tuned for that. Also, quickly, for those of you who are mesh clothing creators or interested in learning to rig, I am honestly not entirely sure what is going on with Avastar for versions of Blender beyond 2.79, but I am linking you below to Avastar's website so you can read notes about it all and maybe follow up there. I think that parts of Avastar might work, or parts of the Avastar template might work in 2.8, but I'm not clear as to what features you can still use, which you can't. So just go to their website and read the notes on their current work and progress on transitioning Avastar to be able to work with 2.8 and 2.9. And don't forget to fill out the forms below so I can know what you guys are really needing help with and what programs you are currently working in. You are also welcome to message me through email, my website, or in Second Life with any questions or comments you have. I hope to hear from you soon, and please do stay on the lookout for my next tutorial video, which will be on texturing and UV editing in Blender. I have not forgotten about you guys, and I am so looking forward to continuing to share whatever I know about creating for SL, and all the wonderful tools and platforms available to us. I really love putting together more simple ways to share with you guys for achieving your goals with creating for Second Life. So also, please don't forget that I'm working on building my learning center in Second Life still. It is called Trailway Learning Center, and I would love for you to join the group in World so you can watch for announcements about the new class schedule I am working on. Everything I provide at the Learning Center will always be free. Thank you for watching and have a happy winter.